Ready to Ramble!
The wrestling discussion show here on Hyper RPG.
Yeah!
Me, Janelle, we're coming at you. We got some hot wrestling talk to talk about. We
Yep.
got some Hell in the Cell predictions.
Oh, yeah.
Am I not?
I need to actually write that stuff down, huh? I'll have Andy make predictions on behalf of Iffy.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, yep, Andy's going to have to be.
Andy will.
Sorry, Iffy. You better hope Andy gets those good predictions or the belt loses. Oh, here we go. So we're going to pull up that Hell in a Cell. We got some squared circle stuff to talk about.
Yep.
We got there's some opinions on the Ultimate Warrior, some hot takes.
Some hot takes
on the lines. But yeah, I think this week, I don't know, it's gonna be interesting to talk about. I think we're gonna be talking about
talk a little bit about the Young Bucks. Okay, so there's this stuff going on with the Young Bucks. Back in April, the WWE moved forward a copyright law or whatever to trademark Too Sweet, which is this, right? Which is stupid because what college is it that uses this as the horns? I forget.
Oh, I'm not exactly
Texas,
sure.
I think it's Texas Longhorns. So it's not even, I mean, I guess it was approved, whatever. So now they're seeking action against the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks cannot have a Too Sweet shirt, or you can't use Too Sweet anymore. They did have a shirt that they just released. It's #1 on Pro Wrestling Tees right now.
Yeah, trying to find it.
If you just go to Pro Wrestling Tees, it's probably there, but it's has a picture of them, and they're Too Sweeting with censored, and it's awesome. There's also some other cool shirts that we should show them as well.
Oh yeah, if you've never been to Pro Wrestling Tees, that's a must because there's some great stuff at Pro Wrestling Tees.
The Sorrow one.
Oh yes.
Because on the back of it, I just realized that it said Swiss whatever, and then on the back it says Thesauro because of the teeth thing that happened last week.
God.
Anyway, so we'll show a little bit. I want to show a little bit of being the Elite and their invasion of Raw. That was really cool. And it was very funny because like Cody Rhodes was there. They were doing this whole bit where it's like, I'm coming back and I'm taking my last name and blah, blah. Very funny stuff. Yeah, very cool shirts. Yes, that's the cease and desist shirt right there.
So
right.
Here we go. Pulling this up. Yeah, this is the cease and desist. To the sweets taken out, the censored. So yeah, the Bucks give no fucks at the moment, which is the best thing. They
do not care.
Because what you were telling me, like, so WWE's trying to copyright it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The rumor is that because they want to try and get a Bullet Club thing going to some extent.
I guess so, yeah. And so for anyone who doesn't know where the Too Sweet came from, it originally came from the Clique, and that was Triple H and all that. That's where that initially
Which then went into the NWO because Scott Hall and Kevin Nash were part of the Clique.
Uh-huh.
So then when they went to WCW, they brought that over.
So that's where it came from. And I mean, imitation is the best form of flattery, and that's what we all want to go out there and crotch chop and be like, suck it, blah, blah. And that's what the Bucks did, and that's why we love them so much, because they're fans that grew up and really, really love the business and are amazing. And it's unfortunate that WWE is just takes what they can, but I guess
No WWE.
The Bucks are one of the only they're the most successful, I would say, without having anything to do with the WWE. Like
At this point, like they've had even Kenny Omega was in the developmental system at some point. I don't think the Bucks have ever done any WWE stuff.
Yep. And so that's sort of their MO, is they don't need WWE, and you can't, like, there's Jason Agnew always says never say never in wrestling, because you never know.
You never know.
So even this, people are going, oh well, now the Bucks are never going to work for WWE. Who, if they want to, they will, because they can. They're that damn good that they could eventually just be like, all right, I'll do a couple years. Yeah,
do like a year or two. Do even like those kind of like sweet deals where it's like, I'm going to do 2 pay-per-views.
Yeah,
and that's it, and that kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So it definitely could happen.
I want to see that, Starrcade. Like, if they really were going to do the Bucks versus the Hardys, like, I would die. That would be awesome. And go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I guess since we also are circling the Bullet Club, not at all to make light of the shit that happened on Sunday, but there were a lot of Reddit posts and Facebook posts I saw from a couple people saying Monday was not a good day to wear Bullet Club shirts.
Why?
Duh.
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Because people, it's got bullets all over that shirt and everything, and I guess I saw a couple different people post in different wrestling groups and stuff like that they were getting strange look from their coworkers, and they didn't understand understand why.
Yeah.
And then it was a significant other who had to be like, maybe don't wear a shirt that says Bullet Club after a shooting.
Yeah, no. Because that's the thing too. Is like so when I would buy wrestling shirts when I used to work at a school site, I used to have to think like, okay, is this school appropriate? And I'd never wear my Bullet Club shirts, there. So yeah, that's. So did we show the Cesaro shirt?
Oh, so this was the Cesaro shirt. Let me pull this up. This is just amazing. This is
very real.
Yeah, this is a real shirt. We want to just throw this up on the screen.
Thanks, Lucas. Yeah.
Swift Cyborg.
And on the back of it, please look at the back. Please look at the.
So this is the back of this same shirt.
Cesaro. Cesaro.
So this is not a fan made shirt. This is not some This is legitimate WWE. Oh, I've already put in the order. Okay, this is a WWE shirt.
That would match your dope hat.
Oh yeah. Oh man. My only issue is so we'll say right now, t-shirt politics. I really love pro wrestling tees because of the material.
Right.
Man, WWE t-shirts, whatever you make your shirts out of now that you didn't back in the Stone Cold Rock days, your shirts are so heavy. They are brutal.
They choke you.
They are chokers. But for this shirt, I had to. Yeah. I had to. It was too good. It was too good. I had to get the with
awesome. Make this man a face and give him the damn Universal title. That's what I'm saying, Metis.
Yeah. Oh man. So such a great shirt. So we're talking about the Young Bucks. Let's talk a little bit more about the invasion because we didn't.
Do you want to show just if you just go to YouTube, it should be fine because it's theirs and the Bucks are not going to come after us.
Right.
Being the Elite, and it should be. We can just watch the first couple of minutes of or a minute of the. Let's see. It's Invasion of Raw. They went to Monday, so they actually went to Monday Night Raw. There it is, Invades Raw. Bullet Club invades Raw. Being the Elite, that's 73. Mm-hmm.
We're invading Raw tonight.
Here's some Cody. These, by the way, are awesome. Make sure you watch them all.
Oh, yeah.
Enough is enough, Nick. It's time to get our catchphrase back.
I'm going to be out there looking for that stew.
Absolutely. I'm going to get Marty's umbrella back. That's right. I'm going to get my last name. Good for you. This is unprecedented, guys.
So they basically went over there. I mean, you can skip through, but it's a 10-minute long video. They're usually a lot shorter, but these guys.
So this is them at the Raw. This last weekend at the Raw
and they have
parking
fans
lot.
Come out,
If you go to a WWE event, you go to a WWE event, there's so many Bullet Club shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what I do. I'm that person. I'm the person that wears my indie wrestling shirt to WWE events.
I want to buy some merch.
Oh, that was. The copyright.
Oh wow! And that shipping is too sweet.
Can't do that anymore.
So now the Young Bucks just don't give a shit, which is great. Audio's low on the video. Yeah, the audio's gonna. So to say what real quick, what the audio was saying, Cody Rhodes was making jokes about getting his name back because he cannot use the last name Rhodes. That's why he is going by Cody.
Just Cody, yeah.
Just by Cody everywhere he is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's making a remark about getting his last name back. So it's worth saying there was some fallout due to this. One of the things was Vince McMahon was not amused.
Yeah.
Apparently. There was a lot of talk about Vince McMahon thinking this wasn't funny. He didn't enjoy it. Eric Bischoff came out and said he thought it was great.
Yeah.
And that WWE should totally let the Bucks come in and or the Bullet Club and do some stuff. So very interesting, obviously. And they even say in the video that they are recreating the DX invasion of WCW.
Exactly.
So it's so interesting to see
and
Vince
at some
McMahon.
point, Cody Rhodes starts doing like the Independence Day speech. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah. So
great.
go check that out. Definitely go subscribe to the Being Elite. Being the Elite, because they're really a lot of very funny stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, Vince is rarely amused.
Vince rarely, yeah, it's true.
And I guess we can also talk about, since we do bring up Vince, there's a very hot rumor right now. We know WWE is trying to make a Vince McMahon biofilm. We talked about that not too long ago.
Yeah.
Apparently, they want to get Bradley Cooper. Is who they're going after. For Vince McMahon, they want to get Bradley Cooper, which is, I don't know if genius or awful.
I don't know how I feel about it.
But I don't know who else, like, I think if you think of like Bradley Cooper in some of the movies he plays in where he's like this arrogant musclehead, it's not the worst idea.
Because I forget what movie it was that he played, like the original like high school bully like teen movie guy.
Wedding Crashers was one where he's like the real like jerky jock guy.
Yeah, that's what he used to do. So he has it in him. He has it in it.
Yeah, it's mostly is he gonna have like those like
Gary Busey? Come on, come on.
Yeah, so that'd be so interesting if it was him. I just wonder, like, because it's WWE films, they're not known for being the most giving with their money.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine Bradley
studio
Cooper at
stuff.
this point comes very cheap.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know.
Okay, they spent how much on Great Balls of Fire?
It's true.
I think
that's the weird thing about Vince McMahon is like when he wants to spend money, he'll spend money. So I guess it depends on how badly do they want Bradley Cooper.
Oh, how badly does he want Bradley Cooper to play him?
Yeah, or is he just going to be like, I don't care.
Nobody can play the genetic, the genetic jackhammer.
I'll play me. I saw Star Wars. They brought back that Tarkin guy. Just put the dots on my face. I'll play a young me. Which would be the worst thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about. We can talk a little bit about Raw, but I think that's gonna bring us to the Ultimate. So we'll talk about the Ultimate Warrior stuff first,
Okay.
because AV Club has written about it. It's all over Squared Circle. So Dana Warrior was on Raw last night for breast cancer awareness, namely the Susan G. Coleman Foundation.
B or G?
B. It's B. Susan B. Coleman, which is always interesting because like then you had all the female wrestlers in the ring, which is this weird break kayfabe thing, which is like whatever. But I can hear Jim Cornette having an aneurysm, being like, "These two just fought.
Yeah.
You're ruining the business." But
that's a pretty good Jim Cornette.
yeah. I just got to throw in a couple R words and F words to let it be like you're stupid.
Eat a Dairy Queen.
Yeah, so there's talk about, and I was wondering when this was going to happen, because you had to know it was eventually going to happen. If anybody knows the Ultimate Warrior's history, not just in wrestling, but history in general, there was eventually going to be a point where people were going to talk about his past. And it didn't happen, obviously, right? The Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame, it came up a little bit, where it's like, how can they honor this man? Then he passed away right after. A year later, they introduced the Warrior Award at the Hall of Fame, and didn't see too much about it. And then this last Hall of Fame, there was another Warrior Award. Still not too much. But now, 2.5 years out, we're finally seeing it. People are starting to really write about articles about how this is AV Club right now. This is on the front page of AV Club. On Raw, WWE continues rewriting Ultimate Warrior's hateful past. So for those who don't know, and the videos are not hidden.
Right. It was known, like, I never liked Ultimate Warrior because he was racist. I knew that as
hugely
a kid.
racist, hugely homophobic.
Yeah, very homophobic.
Because, people are writing on Squared Circle on the Reddit page that we go to about how can WWE feel okay kicking out Hulk Hogan and distancing themselves from Hulk Hogan, and yet continue to talk about the Ultimate Warrior as if he was this amazing humanitarian for wrestling. And that's kind of one of those interesting things. So
and it's just rewriting history, and it's just because they give out this award, to people every year that are the Warriors, and it's it's G Coleman. All right. So I'm not a fan of his, and I've never liked this whole Ultimate Warrior thing. So it is what it is. Hopefully they respond to that and maybe stop pushing it so hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's right. It's right here. Since the Warrior's death, the WWE has established what it calls the Warrior Award, presented during its annual Hall of Fame ceremony. In a long show with plenty of levity and inside wrestling references, the Warrior Award is the serious part of the proceedings. The company has given the award to an 8-year-old WWE fan who died of cancer, a Rutgers football player who was paralyzed on the field and became a motivational speaker, and a former morning show host and cancer survivor, Joan Lorden. It's hard to watch this and not get swept up in the emotions of it all. But every year I watch it, this is the writer, something in the back of my head can't get over the man whom the WWE named this award after. It's as if the Warrior, who ostensibly said Hurricane Katrina victims were fat and poor and had it coming, never happened.
Yeah, not cool.
Ultimate Warrior was a personality. He was a perfect personality for the 80s and early 90s. But he was
shaking
also,
the rope so good.
Yeah, he shook the rope real good, had a really great theme song, knew how to play the character he was playing, was also a human piece of shit.
Yep.
So
Just being honest.
Sorry about it. He'd be the guy who right now would say Vegas had it coming probably if he was still alive.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
Sorry about it.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Because just go look up the history of anything he ever said anytime there was another national tragedy.
Yeah,
and he'd bring up it happened because they were gay or because they were colored or anything like that. So the fact that WWE wants to take the stance of like he was this great human being is kind of horseshit.
Yeah.
But here's at the same time, a lot of wrestlers aren't the best people if you read about them. It's kind of one of those things.
Except for Ric Flair.
Except for
Everything
Ric
he
Flair.
does is awesome and good. And great.
But I mean, even like mostly the thing about it, is most wrestlers who are not the best people, it usually ends up being that they're addicted to drugs or alcohol, or they cheated on their wife a lot and stuff like that. Many of them probably have these point of views, but they usually were not going to colleges and speaking them.
You know what he said? I just remembered that he said that he hoped that Bobby Heenan got cancer.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
And for anybody, Bobby Heenan died of cancer a couple weeks ago. So, yeah. That's that. That's the Ultimate Warrior for you.
Yeah, that is the Ultimate Warrior, the man that WWE has decided to give the Sirius Award to in his name, which is so weird. Also talking about that, a little bit of controversy as well from last night's Raw was Mickie James, who actually I'm very happy is doing a storyline with Alexa Bliss. She's going to get a title shot. She's probably not going to win, but I like that they're taking Mickie James seriously.
Yeah.
At the same time, the storyline they are pushing, now granted, she's the face, and so the storyline they are pushing from the heel Alexa Bliss is that she's old. She's an old woman.
Well, Alexa's the cheerleader, so she's going to say things like that.
Yeah,
that's supposedly the personality that they're giving her, is that she's going to go for the cheap shots, the Carmella shots, those easy things. So that's the storyline, right?
Yeah, the storyline, and she's an old woman. It's worth noting Mickie James, I think, is only 38. So they are pushing this old storyline that Alexa Bliss got her adult diapers and all this other stuff. And so Squared Circle Reddit again, which we like to go to, was nice enough. Someone was nice enough to put together a list of wrestlers' ages if Mickie James is considered old. So let's just run down some of these. Kane is 50, Goldust 48, Triple H 48, Shane McMahon 47. Stephanie McMahon, 41, who had a match 2 years ago at SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar is 40. Mickie James, 38. She's the same age as Samoa Joe and Curtis Axel.
Oh, you mean that Grandpa Samoa Joe?
So it's weird. It's one of those weird things.
It's one of those women things that they always do this. Every woman is crazy to WWE, and that's the root of all the fighting constantly, supposedly.
Maybe it wouldn't hit as hard if also they didn't give her the Piggy James storyline years back, where it was like, oh, you're fat. Where I'm going to pull up the photos of the quote-unquote fat Mickie James era.
What? Exactly. It's just always remember when they went to Bayley. Oh, Bayley, I bet you never even kissed a boy, Bayley.
Yeah, that's as far as they can tend to go with their storylines. Before we pull this up on the screen, I want to find
with women.
The correct
Because
era.
women are unreasonable to them.
So this was not the best photo, but this was the Piggy James storyline. This was quote unquote out of shape Mickie James, according to the WWE writers.
Oh, yep.
Look how out of shape she
Look at this gorgeous woman, awesome body, out of shape.
Who at this point, this would have been what, 20? She's 38 now. This would have been 29, 30.
Oh my God, yeah.
So yeah, what a terribly out of shape woman.
Who is it? What's his name? The Mr. I'm trying to think of what's his name. Who's the first lady of Raw again? Maria Kanellis.
Oh yeah.
Mike Kanellis. Vince hates his body, right? He thinks he's out of shape.
Yeah, so that's one of those weird wrestling things. So yeah, and again, like Mickey's the face in this scenario, Alexa's the heel, but it is kind of one of those things where you kind of wish they gave them better storylines than like, ew, you gross, you fat, you old, ew.
Yeah, Chuck.
Like even like the bigger, like very rarely, like you'll see like they do some fat stuff with Kevin Owens sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And then Kevin Owens wins. I think that's a little bit the bummer, is like it feels kind of a given that as great as Mickie James is, and she deserves the title. Alexa Bliss is on a hot streak right now.
Yeah.
She's doing great with stuff with the title. She's great on the mic. She's great facial expressions. It just feels obvious Mickie James is not going to win this.
Yeah, she's not going to, and so it's like, what's the result? What are you trying to get out of this storyline?
Yeah, which then brings us to, I guess, the second women's match, which was the tag match between Bayley and Sasha.
Oh, right.
Versus Alicia Fox and Emma, but not great. Just kind of a bleh storyline, because Emma's going to keep pushing the I'm the one who started the women's revolution thing, which is fine, but you're kind of sitting there going, where's this going? Like, and that's Raw kind of felt like that last night. Truthfully, I told Lucas when I got here, I was like, I don't know if we're gonna have a lot to talk about. I think we're finding stuff, but Raw was one of those Raws where it's either pushing. There's some great stuff to talk about, but there was a lot of like, well, where's this gonna go? So like the Emma thing is like, okay, she's been pushing the I Started the Women's Revolution thing now for like 3 months. And it's like either pull the trigger, do something with it, give her a shot at the title, do something. But it's just kind of this thing. Same with like last night, the Drifter versus Titus. It feels like they've been slowly building up that was going to happen. And then the Drifter just won clean in a 3-minute match, and it was Titus's return to the ring. And he kind of just threw it in the middle of Raw in the first hour. And so you're like, well, what were you building to? What's this going?
I was so pissed off watching Raw last night because so I'm sitting there and I was playing in the middle of a comp game, and I looked over and I saw that they have Jason Jordan in a tag match with Matt Hardy, given Jeff
Which
Hardy's
they did
injured.
last week.
Right.
So
yeah.
I'm trying to understand that as well.
But what blows my mind is they removed him from a tag team, a very successful tag team, with Chad Gable.
Yes.
And then to do what? To have him float around the tag division by himself? I don't understand that logic at all. And I understand that Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy is injured and all this stuff, whatever. But I just think it's completely useless useless use of him, whatever.
Yeah.
No purposeless use is what I mean.
Well, because it feels like now the Hardys, since they lost the belts, are not getting as much mic time. So therefore, you're not getting, even if we're not going to get the Broken Universe, you're not getting the Woke Universe stuff either. Like, unless you're following Matt Hardy on Twitter, which a lot of wrestling fans do, there's no build in the show about what's going to happen. But then, I mean, that's the thing, going back to Alexa Bliss, I guess Alexa and Nia are cool again, but it was never shown on TV. Why? At what point? It just happened. So you're like, well, all right. So and someone's bringing up in chat the Kurt Angle didn't work out the way they wanted to.
No. Shane McMahon thing too. He invested. So
let me pull this storyline up because it's so good.
We'll do Hell in a Cell predictions at the end of this.
That's the end of the show for sure.
I did want to talk about this. So Shane McMahon, because I think it's pretty funny. Shane McMahon invested, what was it, $500,000? I
think 50.
50. Okay, 50.
Yeah.
So $50,000. $50,000 in Enviro, I believe.
I want to pull this up on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane
McMahon. No, it was 500.
Oh, so $500,000.
$500,000.
Oh.
So in this company, Enviro or something. Anyway, so that was a while ago when he, I guess at some point went to go check out the company and found that the company is completely like just pretty much non-existent. And so has filed a lawsuit to get his money back. But because of that, now this has all come out because of the lawsuit. And the reason this is a big deal is because Linda McMahon she is in Trump's cabinet.
For small business.
She runs small business, and so they're asking for so what is the stance? What does she say? Commenting on her son's investment in legalizing weed or an illegal weed company. And so so far no statements have been made because I've been looking to see. Shane McMahon hasn't said anything yet.
No.
So, but that is so. Shane likes to get blasted, y'all.
Which I'm all for.
Yeah.
She
likes cool shoes and he likes the weed.
Yeah, we can't disagree with Shane at all there. So I'm happy for him.
Yep.
A little bummer that he put $500,000 in a company that didn't exist, but
that's a lot of money.
I know, but at least he's willing to invest money in stuff he believes in. And in this, it seems to be legalizing marijuana. But yeah, we can talk a little bit more about. So outside of that, stuff that was good on Raw, I thought the Seth Rollins Braun Strowman match was very good. I thought it was actually a very strong match. I'm glad they put Braun over because after Braun lost clean to Brock at No Mercy, I think there was a mindset of like, well, what now? With Braun a little bit if he's not chasing the belt. I think having him go up against Seth and Dean and whatever that's going to end up being was pretty cool. So I really did enjoy. I thought that was a really good match. I like that it opened Raw. It's rare, I think, sometimes that a match opens Raw. Usually there's the half hour of someone on the microphone talking about the next pay-per-view.
Goes, right now.
Yeah. And then Kurt Angle comes out and he's, you suck. And he's like, why don't we see this match?
Right now.
Yeah, and you're like, well, this was the first 40 minutes of Raw was one thing. Yeah. So I kind of like that they went right into the match. It was a good match. Dean came out and tried to help. They both got clobbered. And then the what are they calling themselves? Cesaro and Sheamus now, the Bard?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Then they came out and basically beat up these two corpses.
That villain Cesaro.
Yeah. And then we get Reigns and The Miz. I will say, I feel like the last 2 weeks we have seen a Roman Reigns who probably is less scripted. And it's feeling more natural.
Yeah, and I think that was one of the John Cena things that he got as a result of that.
Yeah, it's
getting better on the mic.
Yeah, he's feeling a lot better on the mic. He's feeling a lot more like present, like he's not trying to remember lines or anything like that. I love the Miz and the Miztourage coming through the crowd, continuing to underline the Shield thing.
Yeah,
I thought that was great. Very enjoyable. And I thought, like, honestly, I liked Roman going crazy and beating up the Miztourage before the match started.
Yes, yeah.
I thought that was a strong start.
I'm excited about the whole the Shield angle, and I'm glad it wasn't going to be like it was Miztourage, but it's looking like it's going to be Cesaro, right? Cesaro and Sheamus that will be.
It looks like it's going to be Cesaro, Sheamus, and the Miz versus the Shield. Yeah. If they bring Braun in, I could see also doing maybe the Miztourage are in there. Okay. Well, no, that would unbalance the Shield part. So I don't know. It's going to be very interesting. Because there was. I'm gonna see if I can find this thing. There was someone put. So the end of Raw was the three Shield guys standing around each other.
Teased, yeah. So I did. Did you watch 205?
I have not gotten to watch 205.
Okay,
yet.
I didn't watch 205 either. But Enzo on. Did you like what Enzo did on Raw? Did you like his roast?
I did.
Yeah, okay.
I did. The last 2 weeks with the Enzo stuff on Raw has been very good. I think it's worth saying.
So I was curious because we didn't get a chance to watch 205. Did anybody? So if anybody in chat watched 205, let me know if there was any more good Enzo stuff that happened there. Because basically what happened, he came out and he roasted every single person on the roster. I thought that was pretty neat. Oh yeah, this is the bit, the little.
Yeah, so I will show a little bit of this, obviously, because I don't want this video to be taken down. But I will get. Okay. It's a show for copyright purposes, but that killed me because it was silent for so long. They were all so silent.
I know. I was like sitting there. I was like, "What? Is someone going to say something?" I think I put their hands out. I think that's what they were doing. They were probably teasing the fact that nobody they didn't do the Shield bump.
Yeah, they didn't do the bump. But yeah, I think they're doing a really good job with this, building up to the Shield reunion. Because I know a couple months ago, and I was in agreement, I think that it felt like that time had passed. Like they took too long to do the reunion, this, that, and the other. This feels good. I kind of like that it's kind of building out from the tag champion to the Roman Miz stuff, and it feels like it's naturally coming together. The question is, how good will it be, and will it last? Because I was thinking about this yesterday after Raw. How often do factions get back together, big factions that were big deals, and it work?
Right.
Like NWO, every time NWO got together, the original three, it felt gimmicky. They bring them out for manias.
Yeah, I mean,
it never really works. DX
like
got really
PG DX.
PG DX didn't work.
Poopy butt.
Yeah, I guess maybe the Four Horsemen, but that was usually always Rick and Arn, and then two new people always kind of coming and going. So that sort of works, but not exactly. So I don't know. And I guess that's gonna be the question: is like, will the Shield be a faction again, or will it be for a single, like, building up to the pay-per-view, single match, and then that's it? And I don't know. So that's gonna be interesting. It also, like, again, I think we were talking about this last week. It gives them something to do with Roman until what feels like the eventual championship match at Mania, where it's gonna be him and Brock.
Right, and so Roman's gonna be the IC champion. For sure, so that the three of them can all have their gold and look all nice and shiny and all that stuff. So, Shield, it's okay. I'm excited because that's Shield Roman's best Roman, right?
Yeah, 100%. Because he was more.
Because he was quiet.
He was quiet. Yeah, he was quiet. So that is one of those. That's one of those interesting things. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So Bray. It sounds like Sister Abigail's finally going to become a character.
Yeah, okay. That was so weird because it's funny because Andy should be here in just a couple minutes, but he was like, I want it to be Asuka, He wants it so badly to be
Oh,
Asuka.
really? That's interesting.
Yeah, that would be cool. Just because of the way that the Bray, Bray and Finn had their little exchange thing and via video, like Bray on the video on the Titantron, and he said Sister Abigail's alive and she's coming, and then his face kind of faded and out, and it kind of looked like a mask. It was just a generic like scary guy face, but it kind of looked a little like the Asuka mask, and we heard a woman laughing.
Yeah, that's interesting. I do wonder if that's something. I wonder if it's going to be a person we already know. Because if that's the case, maybe Paige.
That's been. Yeah, people have brought that up before.
Yeah,
and I would be okay with that, I guess. I don't know. My initial reaction is you guys saw it is going no.
Yeah, no, but, I don't disagree.
Yeah. But Bray and Drag, Psycho style. Sister Abigail is with us.
I'm not against that.
Oh, that would be great. Oh my god.
So real quick, I just saw this on Reddit at Uprocks. We tried to eat as much Chipotle as WWE monster Braun Strowman.
Oh my god, how much does he eat?
1 scoop of rice, grilled vegetables, 3 orders of steak, 2 orders of chicken, guacamole, corn, and sour cream.
That's a lot of protein, my guy.
That's a lot. Oh my god.
These guys just took the challenge to eat that much. That is a huge man. Yeah.
He's a big dude. That was one of my favorite moments was when Summer Rae. Oh my god. That was one of my favorite moments when Seth slapped him in the face in the match, and then just Strowman turns and goes, "Are you stupid?"
I'm not finished with you yet.
Other than that, I'm trying to think what else happened on
we
Raw.
gotta catch up on some NXT stuff too.
We do have to catch up on some NXT.
So what is our next pay-per-view? When is our next NXT pay-per-view?
Oh man, what is the next NXT? I would imagine it's around Survivor Series, right?
Right, I would think so because it's usually around the big 4 they have because they're quarterly. So let me try to pull that up very quickly. NXT Takeover.
While you're looking that up, I do want to talk about the not so much Sister Abigail, but the Bray Finn stuff. I'm a little bit like, and I love Finn, and again, like No Mercy, they had a great match, but I feel like we've done it, and so now at this point, if Sister Abigail comes and Finn wins again, that just looks bad for Bray. If Sister Abigail comes and now Bray wins, is that a misuse of a storyline point that they could have put on someone else? Yeah. And is like now Sister Abigail the stand-in for the demon? Like as if like whereas like that's what Bray needs to call upon to win matches and big stuff. So I don't know. I do wonder. We just finished the Mae Young Classic. I wonder if one of those women will come up to be Sister Abigail. Like
Pirate
I don't know.
Abigail.
Yeah.
Looks like we don't have anything. Wait, hold on. Yeah, November 18th. That will be Houston. NXT Takeover Houston. Okay, so I would assume that is around when. That should be the same weekend as Survivor Series, November 18th. Because Survivor Series is when is it? Yeah, I think it's the day after. Great. Okay. So what we do have so far listed for that event is Kairi Sane and versus Peyton Royce versus Ember Moon versus somebody else to be determined. So
that's not too bad.
That's gonna be dope. That's gonna be good.
Yeah.
I really like Peyton Royce. Of the two, what are they called? The iconic. I like Peyton Royce. She's awesome. Authors of Pain debut in Hell in a Cell. We don't need them. We don't need the Authors of Pain.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I don't disagree, but we don't need them for the reasons that we have so many good tag teams.
Yeah.
They just need to figure out how to make the tag divisions work at this point. I love New Day and the Usos. They're putting on great matches. But part of the thing about the tag division is you need to feel like you're building up other groups. And I think there was hope with building up, with giving the belts on Raw to Dean and Seth, is that you would then have an opportunity to build up the other teams and see who are other teams that can be competing. Well, right now we have not the Hardys fighting the Club a lot.
Right.
And you're kind of like, well, where's this going? Like, what's there needs to feel like there's a bunch of people going for the belts. And that's the problem with trying to bring in new tag teams from NXT is you're like, well, let's figure out the teams we have. Let's make them work.
Yep.
Luke Harper. Oh, Luke Harper.
Luke Harper. I love Luke Harper so much. He is one of my favorite. He's awesome. He's so good.
He's just been gone so long.
I know. So yeah, we're hopefully Sister Abigail does ignite some sort of exciting thing about that. Okay.
So let's make some predictions. We got Hell in a Cell coming up.
All right.
The belt is on the line. It's Iffy's belt.
It's Iffy's belt.
But only momentarily.
I know you're the one. You guys are both one-time champions. I need this win.
I know.
I need it.
So let's go down the card. We are reading off of this from Screen Rant of all the websites, but whatever, they came up first. So match 1 that they've only started promoting in the last 2 weeks. Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
Now again, there might be pre-show matches that aren't on the card yet that we're not aware of. If those pop up, we will try to talk about them on Twitter the day they do. Also, go to our Discord. If you're not on our Discord, go there. Me and Janelle, depending, one of the three of us is usually watching live, and we're usually throwing in there at that time to say, hey, this is what we're thinking right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be in Sacramento this weekend. We're leaving Sunday morning, so hopefully I'll make it home in time to watch the pay-per-view live. But if not, I'll read results and be in the Discord chatting back and forth. So go do that. Definitely go be a part of the Discord.
Oh yeah.
So Bobby Roode, Dolph Ziggler.
I'll be there in there. Yeah. Andy are always in there. By the way, Andy probably won't make it because his phone broke and his maps don't work, so he's lost. I'm a little worried about my husband right now. He'll be okay. I told him just to go home if he knows where home is. Anyway, okay, so we have Bobby Roode.
He's walking the streets. Baby, I'm lost.
I'm so scared.
Help me. Going to the stray cats that wander the street. Do you know where I live?
Do you know where I live? Oh, poor Andy.
So we're gonna have to hit up. We'll hit up Iffy to find out his predictions as well.
Yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him on the Discord, and then
Oh yeah, we'll get him. We'll get him. So Roode Ziggler. I think it's gonna be Roode.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Roode.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Roode. If it's Ziggler, it's a schmozzy ending.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be Roode.
All right.
If it's Ziggler, it's gonna be like a trunk holding. It's gonna be Trunks or something.
Because
I think because what's the next pay per view for these guys? Because there's the Starrcade thing. That's the.
November, right?
November, and I know I think it's supposed to be Ziggler Roode in that. So let me see if that's in the cage. Because if that's a specialty match, it might be Ziggler.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, this is important. We need to know this.
Yeah. This needs to be discovered right now. Starrcade matches.
I hope he's okay.
I mean, we'll find out.
Yeah.
Bobby Roode. So they are fighting. It is Roode and Ziggler. But I'm not seeing anything about style of. Oh, so it looks like it's just a regular match because they do have steel cage with Shinsuke and Jinder, steel cage with Natalya and Charlotte. So it looks like a regular match.
Okay, so it's just Nurmer.
Then I'm sticking with Roode. Because if it was a specialty match, I would say that meant Ziggler won in a schmozzy fashion.
That makes sense. Okay.
So I'm sticking with Roode. So AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, U.S. title.
Thank you for that, Uber Baldy. I gotta show that to him later. AJ Styles versus Baron. Ooh, this is actually a toss-up, like legit. Like I kind of feel like because if he is in here, that I should just default him to whatever we don't pick. AJ Styles, but that doesn't make sense because if I pick Baron and you pick AJ, then.
Well, this feud's been going a while. And despite what happened at SummerSlam, WWE still seems fairly hot on Baron.
Yeah.
AJ's amazing.
Wait, but who's fighting? Who's going to fight Shane McMahon at Survivor Series? Kevin, right?
I think so.
So, okay. So, I'm just thinking about if they're trying to build up anybody for somebody else. Like, are they going to build up AJ or Baron to butter them up for something else? Because everyone.
So we have at Starrcade AJ Baron versus Rusev. So if Rusev gets involved.
Oh, so if Rusev were to get involved in this match, who would he screw over? AJ Styles.
He's screwing over AJ. I'm going Baron.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Baron too. The reasoning, man, that is good. Actually, yeah. All right,
I'm going with Baron. It's going to be a schmazzo ending.
Make some wild card choices so that Cameron and I aren't.
And again, because WWE is still hot on Baron to some extent. They might not have given him the big title, but they're still hot enough on him to put him in this. AJ's been doing very well on SmackDowns. I think it's going to be, opposite momentum. It's going to be Baron.
Yep.
New Day versus the Usos in a Hell in a Cell.
Okay, New Day versus Usos. This is going to be really good, by the way.
I think it's going to be very good.
I'm really excited for this match. New Day versus Usos. And who has the belts right now?
I believe New Day.
New Day has them. Okay,
New Day has the belts.
Okay.
And they've been trading back and forth a lot.
Yeah, they have. This is going to be... I'm going to go with the Usos.
I'm going New Day. I'm thinking the Usos. So chat's saying Usos have them right now.
Okay, Usos have them. Okay, I'm going to go, yeah.
I'm going New Day. I think New Day's going to win them.
Gotcha. All right, cool.
Randy Orton, Rusev. We saw what happened at SummerSlam. If Rusev is getting involved in the U.S. title...
Is he going to lose this?
He could win and demand a title shot. That could be the thing. He's like, I've taken down your Randy Orton.
Oh yeah, you're king, Randy Orton.
I've taken down your Viper. I deserve a title.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for Rusev because I fucking love him.
I'm going with Rusev too, considering how bad Orton, the SummerSlam debacle where he lost in 6 seconds.
Rusev Day is every day.
I'm going with Rusev.
Rusev deserves better. Yes, he does.
Natalya, Charlotte in Natalya, Charlotte. Are they in the cell? I think they're supposed to be in the Hell in a Cell.
I think they are.
I'm going Charlotte.
Yeah. Did she win last year in the cell?
She won last year. Yeah, she did win last year in the cell. I'm also going Charlotte because outside the world of wrestling influences, the book is out. She's appearing on TV shows constantly all the time and radio.
Aside from that, I'm thinking my reasoning is that they're gonna have her 2 times. Like she's won both of her Hell in a Cell matches.
Yeah, I think
so. They want to make her a monster.
I'm going Charlotte on this one.
I'm going Charlotte as well.
Jinder and Shinsuke. We already know they're meeting again at Starrcade in a cage.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Jinder Mahal, you messed.
I'm going Jinder. I also
Shinsuke.
I also have a conspiracy theory I just came up with.
Okay.
This week, and I want to hear what people think. So there's been a lot of talk online where it's like, how in the world beyond the someone brought it up. True, Carmella still does have the Money in the Bank.
Oh yeah.
And it's Hell in a Cell. So you know what? Let's put an asterisk at the moment. We'll make that another prediction. Does Carmella try and cash in?
Oh yeah.
On top of who wins the actual thing. So I have a theory, and I want to hear what you think of this. I think the longest holder for the WWE Championship belt, the belt that Shinsuke is wearing, or Nakamura, Jinder is wearing, is still CM Punk.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So my theory, I wonder, similar to how they erased AJ from the books by giving it to Nikki Bella, and people are like, what kind of a thing? Do they, in a way, and I have no issues with Jinder Mahal, do they erase CM Punk's from the books in an embarrassing fashion by giving it to a champion that they...
Ooh. That's actually a really good reason.
Because I thought when CM Punk left, I thought whoever holds the title next is going to be now the new title holder. And it went between, in that time, Reigns, Cena, and Brock. Kind of this three circling. Triple H had it for like 2 or 3 months, stuff like that. Honestly, when Triple H won it, I thought, oh, they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
He's going to have the new record.
Yeah.
They're going to let it be Triple H.
Sense, yeah.
But it's now gone on where Jinder has had it longer than Reigns, than Cena's last couple runs, Orton, and I think he even beat Brock the first time Brock had it. I'm at the point where I'm wondering, conspiracy theory,
they're not going to give Knock the belt.
Do they erase CM Punk from the books by giving it to Jinder Mahal?
Yeah, they would, because that makes sense. And to me, I'm just even thinking about the reasoning. They're not going to give it to Knock. It's not going to happen. Not right now. So, yeah, that's good reasoning. I'm going to go with Jinder as well. I think right now you and I only have a 1-match difference, which is New Day and Usos. So that's what it might come down to.
Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon, Hell in a Cell.
Damn it.
My gut's saying Shane. I don't want it to be. I want it to be KO. I
can't pick Shane over him, but
I want KO to go over.
I'm gonna pick Kevin. I have to. But because the way I see it is that Shane would get the win at Survivor Series.
Well, because it's at Starrcade, it's KO and Sami Zayn, which we talked about. Mm-hmm. So, which makes me think, if Kevin Owens wins this and takes out Shane McMahon, and we all love Sami here.
Yeah.
Why is his next feud going to be with a guy who can't last longer than 2 minutes in each ring?
That's true. Why is it a grudge match? Yeah, just a grudge match. Okay, well, I'm going to go with Kev. And you're going to go with, Shane. All right.
Yeah, I'm going with Shane on that one. So that does it for Hell in a Cell. So let's talk about Carmella.
Okay.
Asterisk. Does Carmella attempt to cash in?
Will she, like, actually give it to the ref and be like, yeah, like, actually cash in?
Because Hell in a Cell are brutal. That's the whole thing about Hell in a Cells.
She can't get in there.
She can't get in there. But if we have the thing where, much like when Charlotte and Sasha got outside, tried to put it through the table, the whole thing, and then they get into the ring.
That's true. Yeah. I'm going to say no because I feel like it's going to happen at Survivor Series. Just like when it happened to Roman. Like, that's when it happened.
I feel similarly.
So I'm going to say no, but that's actually really good. So that's extra. So we'll make sure we ask if he what he thinks, too. So you're going to say yes or no? Bonus.
This is where I wish I knew where it fell in the card. If it was like the second to last or third to last match, then I'd say yes.
Right.
If it's like the second match of the whole night after Bobby Roode and Ziggler, I would say no.
It's Natalya. I think they would have her cash in when it's Charlotte and somebody else, like one of the
I agree.
The horsewoman.
Yeah, I'm going no.
Yeah,
I'm going
say
no.
Okay, so. That's just a bonus question. I like that. All right.
And again, we're going to try and pay attention if there's any matches announced beforehand, the day of the show where it's like, here's the pre-show match.
We will amend all that stuff. Yeah, we'll make sure we add that. And then we'll be on, I love, actually really, really like being in the Discord during pay-per-views. It's a lot of fun because, I get a lot of time to talk to all you guys about what do you think and the stuff that you find equally as stupid as I do.
So our big differences are the tag match and Kevin and Shane.
Yeah, Kevin and Shane.
Okay.
So, that's what we have so far, and then I'll ask Iffy, and then we'll get all that information, and then this belt's gonna be mine.
Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about it. But guys, we have a couple more minutes left, so if y'all want to ask us some questions, we haven't been able to do questions in a little while. Please throw some questions our way. We'd love to answer those. Any wrestling questions or non-wrestling questions, I don't care. Feel free.
Is Iffy going to get his predictions in? Yeah, we'll get him.
Well, we'll
Iffy's really good at checking into the Discord.
We'll make sure that happens.
All that stuff.
we'll get him.
So NXT has been set up so far, right? Or what was the last? When was the last one? The last takeover we had?
Last takeover was the Asuka Ember Moon where Asuka got hurt.
All right, that's that one. That's right.
So that was SummerSlam, I believe.
SummerSlam. Okay, I'm just thinking about what other possible matches that we can get on that card because obviously Authors of Pain are going to be on the card.
Yeah.
How long do I think before they ruin Asuka on Raw? If they make her sister Abigail, then never.
If they give her the Shinsuke treatment very quickly, if they treat her like a beast, like she's the female Brock Lesnar.
If they give her the Paul Heyman, like I swear, that would be legit. That would be so good.
Favorite kind of pizza?
I like shrimp avocado pizza. It has, obviously it's like one of those gourmet pizzas. My favorite I like are normal pepperoni, whatever, but I like shrimp avocado pizza with Alfredo sauce.
I really like my heart of hearts. I love Hawaiian pizza.
It's so good. Hawaiian
do.
Pizza. I'm so hungry right now too.
Yeah. Oh my god. Like I love like pineapple. I don't care. I love it.
You know, I put a lot of crushed red pepper on my pineapple. I like it like it's like sweet and spicy.
Starting with TLC, could we possibly do a Thumper pay-per-view pick league?
Ooh.
I'm not against that. I don't know how to set that up, but I'm not against that at all.
Okay. Yeah,
I'd like to do that.
Yeah, that would be neat. You know, I just saw that they started doing they actually have like fantasy leagues now for esports, like for gamers now. I'm really excited about that because that's something we can possibly bring here in some fashion.
I would really love to because the new 2K game is coming out. I'd love to have like a day because I know you have your solo stream, but if there's like one of those days we could do
that would be really fun.
A playoff kind of a thing. Wrestling HeroClix, yay or nay? Oh, 100%. I mean, obviously doing the Indomitable. If people don't know, I do the HeroClix show on Mondays here at night. I've often talked about I'd love to do wrestling HeroClix. So I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and we talked to Matt about it before. We do want to do a wrestling RPG at some point as well. That'll be very cool.
Yeah.
I'm down.
Favorite storyline of all time?
Undertaker kidnapping Stephanie McMahon. Right there. That's it. That's the best one. That's what made me fall in love with wrestling. So I was like, what? Because Stone Cold is the greatest hero of all time, and he is my second father.
I mean, it went for years, but honestly, the Stone Cold McMahon stuff, I remember watching that Royal Rumble where McMahon won the No Chance in Hell Rumble. And that was amazing to me. Undertaker, Mankind.
Yeah.
From Boiler Room Brawl.
Man, I remember there's this video of when Stone Cold came back and it was, I forgot who Mankind was fighting, but he came in, surprised everybody at the end of the match, and then grabbed Foley and then put him on top, and Foley, that was when Foley won the...
it was, yeah. It was The Rock. It was The Rock.
That was The Rock, that's
it's
right.
Called,
Heel Rock.
for those who don't know, it's often referred to as the loudest pop.
It is, yeah.
In WWE history.
It makes me so happy.
I might be able to show 5 seconds of this.
Just
the pop. Just the pop.
Yeah, because that was, I think it was his first win. It was me, Austin. It was me all along.
It was me. And then the best thing is then JR oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay. So that's the end of the match. Yeah. This is the celebration. That's when Stone Cold. Because that's the thing. Stone Cold, he was so exciting. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Okay, so just when the glass shatter happened,
and you see everybody.
It's all about the build-up too, because it was Mankind got hit with a chair, and then DX, who were faces at the time, come in and they take out Ken Shamrock and the rest of the Authority. So then it's The Rock and Mankind are down on the ground, so at this point the crowd is already going, they're because everyone's in the ring, everyone's taking each other out of the ring. McMahon and Shane are on the side, and then. Listen to this pop.
Look out!
That's so exciting.
You never heard an arena blow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody, the entire arena just screaming.
I wish I had seen Stone Cold when I was a kid, because I only ever watched him on TV and all that stuff. But he's my hero.
I've been very fortunate. I got this because I went to WrestleMania 12 when he was still the ringmaster.
Oh,
and so it was him versus Savio Vega, and that was when he still had Ted DiBiase with him and all that.
All right.
And then I got to see a house show. And this is the thing: if I could ever recommend people to go see house shows, because house shows, there are matches there that you will never see on the TV that are so much fun. I think for me. So I saw a house show once, and the main event was The Rock and Stone Cold in a tag match against The Undertaker and Mankind in the classic blue steel cage.
Oh, what?
And no build up. These guys were not feuding at the time on TV or anything like that. So great. Such a cool thing to see.
That's so cool.
And then when Stone Cold came back after he left, the infamous leaving after the Brock Lesnar stuff, when he came back and fought Eric Bischoff, I was at the Raw before that pay-per-view, because it was will he come back? Is this story? Is this kayfabe? Blah, 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 blah. And that Raw had ended with Bischoff in the ring saying we'll see if you're there, Austin. We'll see Sunday, Mike. And if you watched it on TV, you got the little copyright logo, and then it went off air.
Yeah.
They're live. The glass hit sound and Stone Cold came out.
Oh, my
And the
God.
crowd went nuts because we were we didn't know if it was a storyline, he wasn't going to be there. Was it fake? Was it all this, all that? And it was supposed to be Sunday was the reveal. So being there live was oh no, he is back.
Yeah, he's
this
back.
is real. And he stunned Bischoff and then did a beer bash and the whole thing. Really, really cool.
Stone Cold's the greatest.
Oh, Stone Cold's so good.
That's why I like Kevin Owens so much, because he's like Stone Cold to me.
Well, Kevin Owens talks about that. He talks about on his DVD that came out, the biography DVD that just came out, that he met Stone Cold at an airport.
Yeah, that's right.
And said, "What advice do you have? What advice can you give me?"
Yeah.
And Stone Cold said, "Yeah, whatever you do, don't stop running your mouth."
And he told that to Punk too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And that's what Cameron does. He never stops running his mouth.
Just keep talking.
Yeah,
keep talking.
Keep talking.
People know you have a personality.
That's why we're ready to ramble.
And then if we're talking about modern storylines too, there's stuff with Punk that I love. I love. Like I've gone back and rewatched Punk promos where he's not even in matches, and just the promos are so good. He knew how to work on the mic. He's the best.
For sure.
Well, guys, I think that's going to be it for this Ray to Ramble. So thank you so much. Again, go into the Discord. We're going to be there Sunday. We will get our predictions from Iffy. When we do, we will tweet them out. We'll take an image.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll put them on the Discord too. It's like we'll put in. I'll make a little thing and then we'll put it on there so you can see all 3 of our picks and then and we'll that'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This is going to be a great one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Stick around because the Buffy RPG is coming up next. It's going to be a good one. We'll see you next week. Go watch some wrestling. Woo!